Hello guys, how are you doing? This is Gypster Apple here with a review for gameplay of this retro 1980s classic called Centipede, where you are a wizard in this imaginary role of gameplay in this fantasy zone, and you patrol a jungle and hunt to survive against a lot of awesome but cruel looking rainforest creatures, including centipede, spiders, beetles, and scorpions. And you are a wizard who must defend yourself with magic of this land. And I will be using a trackball controller tonight. Let me give you a little peek. You see, this is a trackball. A trackball like this, with a rolling ball and fire buttons. And for tonight, with looking at the screen, I'm gonna choose one player, of course, because two-player really is not as beneficial in this case as Space Dungeon. Two players, just two players taking separate turns. Two players playing separate games. There's no teamwork there. But definitely this is an actual brand new trackball controller I did purchase from eBay a while back. And it even has the glossy ribbon sticker here still attached to the Atari 5200 Super System badge. This is a collectible item, and you can see why home vid game gameplay can be very costly. But hey, do you live in an area in the United States where TV connection is very hard to find, maybe even impossible? Do you live in a part of America where maybe you're still using satellite because the internet connection is still really bad? Well, then playing retro video games can help you, because often with these old video games, there's no internet connection really required, and you can just play it the old-fashioned way with just radio frequency or RF signal with the cable touch-up channels 2, 3, and 4 to begin with. And so, let me turn back on this, and you can see the Centipede screen here. And the star button on my dashboard changes it to two-player, but I'll just do one player. And I'm going to do standard play. There's hard play and there's easy play. But really, to be honest, I think the difficulty is more consistent and fair and logical and reasonable when it's at standard. Easy and hard tend to kind of get a little too loose on the nuts and bolts. But definitely, this is Centipede. And let me hit start and play the game. Yep. So I'm this Centipede guy, and I'm definitely combating these Centipede with my trackball controller. I use the trackball itself to move my character. I move the ship, the magical pod of the wizard, with the yellow trackball, which looks kind of like a pool table ball. I mean, you did probably notice that. This is a little bit like a 8-ball in the pocket, except with a lot of video style. This is Centipede for the Atari 5200 Super System. And I have a console unit with 2 controller ports, so I can connect 2 controllers to this most modern version of the Atari 5200 from the 1980s period. And I move my magical wizard pod here and combat the Centipede, who obviously are trying to come at me. There's even a scorpion who's just carelessly hollering for the Centipede to come at me faster. the scorpion actually is giving a roaring wild call, like a caveman call almost, maybe even a dinosaur call, to alert the centipede and the spiders to move faster. So the scorpion is actually a false alarm because he's alarming the wild creatures to move faster to attack me faster. And that is definitely a considerable thing. And so it can benefit to defeat the scorpion often enough so he doesn't give too many false alarms to the other creatures and annoy you faster and pester you more into a doom and a dismay. And there are mushrooms on the screen, almost like Super Mario Brother mushrooms, and and the spiders can come off the sides, really in a dramatic way. This is actually one of the most hardest Centipede versions of Centipede I've played from the 1980s period. And now definitely, let me do more of the gameplay and show I play Centipede with this trackball controller. So see, this is the fire button, and here's the trackball controller, and I'll hit start here and begin again. Well, actually, why don't I change the difficulty to hard, just to make it funnier, more mysterious. Let me hit start here. You can definitely see how I approach this Centipede game. And this is, you're probably wondering, like, is this like a game of pool? Well, sort of, but it's also kind of like foosball, with the use of those wooden coach teams and football sides to battle each other on a football field with a ping pong ball and in an imaginary fantasy zone setting. And the Centipede game is very much like that. It does have that foosball sort of feeling. And I can hold the trackball like this. It's comfortable to hold. I just, you know, and I could also rest it here on my lap and just, or I could even rest this trackball right on a table and actually get at the gameplay. But definitely, this trackball can be used like a laptop almost, like a lap trackball controller, and I think that is a benefit. So I can use my knee and kind of like sort of pretend I have a little bit of a banjo sort of thing here and just get at the centipede. Game over. Well, let me start again. And let me get to a point and hit pause. You see how I hit pause here? There's a pause button right here. And let me switch over to the screen to show you the pause of the game. See? You see how the game is paused? The game is paused. And if I unpause it, it continues. And if I hit pause, there we go. You see the pause feature of the Atari 5200 here, huh? Pause here. And let me... And you see, it's still paused. The game is still paused. It's not moving. If I hit pause again, it moves again. Yeah. But the pause feature does not always work on Atari 5200 games. It depends on the game. Some of the Atari 5200 programs were more like test subjects, kind of like hamster trials, because there was a lot of that Taito and Sega and Mindstorming business. And there was even a bizarre third-party game called Meteorites for the Atari 5200. And man, all right, this game is too hard. Okay, why don't I put on easy here? Maybe that'll make it more logical. So, and I'll adjust my hand. You can adjust your hand as much as you want with the trackball controller, and basically, hold the trackball in a lot of ways. as if you're at an arcade table here. And definitely there's something to be said here. And you could also reset the game, in case you do not know. So I could hit pause here, and let me get back to the... Now I'm at the game screen here, it's at pause. Now I could unpause it, have it continue, or I could hit reset, which is on my trackball controller. I could hit the reset button like this. There you go. And let me... You see, there's a reset button right here on this trackball controller, and the reset button can help you reset a game just in case the game hiccups and has a bug and tries to do something weird and immature without any explanation. But, you know, I have it on easy play. Let me hit the continue of the start and play, of course. As you can see, it takes a while to warm up and really get good at the game. The highest score I've ever gotten on Centipede with the trackball is about over 67,000 points. But definitely, it does take a lot on the fingers here. You can see how it can be really dramatic and even wild with the gameplay. Let me hit pause here, get back to, and let me unpause and get to a little bit of combat with the Centipede game. This is a really cool combat game for the Atari 5200. It is a retro classic, and that is Centipede for you for the Atari 5200 Super System. Take care, and tricky or treaty holidays.